All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. We have a lot of movement happening in the market. It is awesome. Bulls are finally starting to show some life, guys. So, let's go ahead and get my notifications out, let people know that we are live, and then we're going to dive in on this, guys. We have lots to cover. Going to look at some altcoins. We're going to look at the overall market, see what is going on. Is this going to be a sustained movement, or is this just going to be a short-term bounce before it crashes back down for a dead cat bounce, right? So we don't know yet, but hopefully during this stream, we'll be able to figure out whether or not this is legitimate or not. Stream is live. Are the Bulls in control? There we go. Publish that sucker. Twitter. All right. Almost done, guys. Almost done. That's that. Then how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Let me get my comments up as well so I can see what you guys are saying. And then we will get started. All right, there we go. Hello, hello. Opinion on NFT worlds. I have zero idea, no clue whatsoever. I don't even know what that is. I'm completely out of the market. Don't know. So I only do what I am comfortable with, and that is crypto, strictly crypto trading. So I have no idea about any of the NFT stuff whatsoever. Honestly, I really don't care either. So it doesn't really make much sense to me. Or not really makes much sense. You really can't trade on it. I haven't found a good way of actually trading on it. And so if I can't trade on it successfully, then if that's the case, then am I really trading or am I gambling? It'd be gambling, right? And so if I'm gambling, is that really something that I want to do? The answer is no, of course. Gosh, what is going on? Oh, there we go. Find the right one. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. There we go. Sorry about that. Took me a second to get everything good. Let's hear some good news. Well, I mean, the market is going upwards on some pretty important information today. So at least in the U.S., we had the FOMC, and due to that, we had a very small interest rate increase. So that actually acted as a bullish catalyst to pop us to the upside. But as you guys know, I don't trade off of charts, or I don't trade off of news and fundamentals. All I trade off is charts, right? The cool part about this is that the charts have actually been telling us that we're bullish. So because the charts have been telling us we're bullish, I've been bullish. And so this news and fundamentals that came out today, all that's doing is just basically confirming what the charts have already been telling us, that we should be bullish. So hopefully you guys were in position to take advantage of this pump so far. No, I don't think we're done. However, we do have some roadblocks in the way. So we are going to talk about all that. I'm just doing a little dive in the market right now, seeing what's going on. Let's go to our technicals. Okay, awesome. So if you guys are not in Discord, like seriously, I don't know what you're doing. Look at all these updates I post. Look, just today, I've done all these different updates on what's going on in the market, right? So like you guys are seriously missing out if you're not in Discord. I can't stress it enough. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about what is going on in the market. So, got to find the right chart to discuss this. All right, this works. This is the overall structure of Bitcoin, right? This is everything that we're looking at on Bitcoin, okay? Your guys are probably familiar with this chart, what it looks like, etc. But ultimately, these are the primary levels that I'm really looking at that are on the macro perspective, right? So we have this monthly breaker right here If you go to the monthly chart, you can clearly see it. And you can also clearly see how we've already tested it twice, right? So this level right here is very, very, very significant, right? So until we get above there, we have to assume this is still going to be a rejection point, right? Now, if we do dive down, where am I targeting? Well, the swing low down here at 28,000 makes a ton of sense. And the reason why it makes a ton of sense is that this is the golden pocket of the entire structure. So if you go from the very bottom to the very top, the golden pocket is right here, right where this swing low is. This is the golden pocket, right? So wouldn't it make sense that if we do dip down in here, that this would be a strong level support? Absolutely, right? So, yeah, this would be a very nice opportunity to buy if we were to come down here to 22,000, 28,000, right? Golden pockets are very, very strong, as we've talked about in many, many videos. This is something I absolutely would be longing like crazy if we got this opportunity, right? Below that, we have the weekly 200 moving average. The weekly 200 moving average is a very important level because this is actually the level that supported the price back here in 2018, as well as down here we had the COVID crash back in March of 2020. So the 200 weekly is a very important level. So right down here around 20,000 is another level that I'm absolutely interested in longing if we get that opportunity, right? However, I don't see that happening anytime soon because we are starting to push up from this consolidation structure, right? Now, if we are to break above this monthly breaker, where am I targeting? Right here, guys. This is it. 54,000 or 55,000 to 58,000. This is my primary target for the market and where I think we're going to get to. And this should not be that big of a surprise because I've been talking about this for a very long time as my sell everything zone, right? This is the primary area that I'm looking to get out of the market right here, right? And if we are to get above there, what's going to happen? I'm going to buy back in after we get above this 3-day level, and then we'll just keep on going up, right? However, this right here is my primary level that I'm looking at to sell, have a massive dump in a lot of what I currently own. All right, so let's go to the lower time frame and look at what's been going on in the lower time frame now that we have the bigger one done. Oh, one more thing on the high time frame is this parallel channel that has been formed as well. So as long as we're inside this parallel channel, we have to assume that we're going to keep going up, right? However, something else that's interesting to me is the center line of parallel channels also are considered a solid support and resistance, right? So this center line actually intersects around where our 0.618 retracement looks like as well. So that gives me additional confluence that we will get a bounce up to around this level before we actually do collapse back down if that is to happen, right? So, all right. Let's go to the low time frame, see what's been going on and what are the expectations from here. Awesome. This is what I'm looking for right here. Okay, guys, lots on here. The primary levels we're looking at, let's go to the weekly for the first one right here. Okay, this weekly breaker is very significant, and this monthly breaker, like I mentioned before, those are also very important as well, right? So we come up here, we tested it, we got way up here, but ultimately we did not get above this weekly breaker and close above it. So because of that, because we did not actually close above here, this is still acting as a solid resistance level. So this level is a solid resistance, and of course this monthly breaker as well, right? In the same manner, down here we have a 3-day breaker. And as you guys can see, all we're doing is bouncing between the 3-day breaker and the weekly breaker. That's all we're doing. This is called ranging, right? All we're doing is ranging between these two levels. And until we actually break out one direction, we have to use caution, right? So ultimately, I want to see us get above the monthly level so we can target the golden pocket, or I want to see us break down below this 3-day level so that we can target down here, in which case I'll be buying like crazy in this area, right? So until we get above here or until we get below here, we're essentially at a ranging point where all we can do is trade these swings, right? And this ranging can take a very long time, just like we saw back here. right? Ranges can happen for a very long period of time. Now, the interesting part about this is just because we're ranging or Bitcoin's ranging does not mean that the altcoins have to range, right? So the altcoins can actually decouple from Bitcoin while ranging is happening. And that's what we actually had happen right back here. We had massive ranging that happened over here for Bitcoin. And this is also the same spot. Oops, zoom out real quick. This is also the same spot where total 2. Oh, there we go. Bitcoin. All right, this is going to be a daily. This is a daily. Let's go to a 3-day. Let's go to a 3-day. All right, so as Bitcoin was ranging and going sideways from essentially February 18th up until around May, right? What was happening with the altcoin market? Or February of 2021? February of 2021 to May, look what happened here. We had a massive doubling of the market while Bitcoin went entirely flat. See that? Bitcoin went flat and the rest of the altcoin market absolutely exploded, right? So whenever the market does go sideways, it does not necessarily mean that the rest of the market, or when Bitcoin goes sideways, does not necessarily mean the rest of the market also has to go sideways, right? That means that there's an opportunity for this decoupling to happen. So as long as we're stuck inside this range and as long as we are showing some bullish momentum, the altcoins absolutely can take off and do some really good things, right? So let's go back to Bitcoin again. Let me find the right one I'm looking at. I've got so many damn Bitcoin charts. It's ridiculous. Okay, perfect. So as long as we're stuck between this range, ultimately, I want to see the altcoins do well. Now, the primary thing that I'm looking at to show us whether or not the altcoins are doing well or not is the total 3 chart, okay, which is right here, right? Total 3. Now, this is all cryptocurrency except for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, the important thing about this chart is 2 things. One, the weekly breakers right here, okay? So as long as we're being supported by the weekly breaker, which we are right now, right? So as you guys can see, it was formed, we fell beneath it, acted as a resistance level, broke above, acted as support, and we're still being supported by this level. As long as that's being held as support, and as long as this golden pocket right here is still being supported, I cannot be bearish on the altcoins. Okay, I can't be. It doesn't make sense to me to be bearish right now. We are inside of the golden pocket and a weekly breaker support for the altcoin market. It doesn't make sense to be bearish here. And that's one reason why I'm so damn stubborn on not selling or reducing my altcoin position that much. Okay, I'm adding alts here. I'm not decreasing. Now, furthermore, another cool thing that this happened just today, as you guys can see, this is a trend line that has been falling. You guys can see how well it's been interacted with, right? This trend line has been interacted with very well. However, just today, as you can see, we have now busted up and not just busted out of it, we also had a very clean retest of that falling trend line. Okay, we rejected here, we got above it, we retested it, and we've sprung up with conviction off of that trend line retest. This is a really, really bullish thing, guys. Okay, so the altcoins absolutely look really, really good right now on this in this perspective, as well as this is another indication of the altcoins. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart. This is the strength of Bitcoin. This is the strength of Bitcoin relative to the altcoin market. So as this value goes up, Bitcoin is gaining additional strength relative to the altcoin markets, right? So if you're an altcoin trader like myself, you want this to drop, okay? Well, obviously we've been rising for the last few weeks, but as you can see, this is a rising trend line that has been tested and tested and tested and tested and tested, and now we're starting to actually have a lot of tests in this region. and we're really close to breaking down, right? We even had a deviation there, but we were able to recover it. But ultimately, we just keep testing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. So if we keep bouncing on this, eventually we're going to break the downside. Now, furthermore, if you go to the higher time frame, we have, it doesn't look clean here because the daily chart on here is bugged. If you go to the 4 hour, it's clean, right? You can see how it's clean there. This level right here should act as a major resistance. So if we get up here and we reject, this should give us the strength to really bust us down to the downside, all right? So Bitcoin dominance needs to break down. And if we do break down, this is going to be very significant, okay? And if you're like, oh, well, this is a trend line on the Bitcoin dominance chart, that's not very significant. False, okay? Look at this. This was a rising wedge that we were following a few months ago, okay? And if you're on this channel, you know this was something I talked about all the time. This rising wedge was very significant to me. We test. We broke the downside. We did a bearish retest of it, and then we collapsed aggressively, right? This was the altcoin season that we had in August to September of this last year, okay? Not as significant as this one by any means, right? But we still had a miniature altcoin season, right? This was the major altcoin season from February to May, and this was the minor one we had from August to September, okay? Now, as you guys can see, we've been ranging, but ultimately, I do expect this to just be some sort of a consolidation before we do bust the downside and keep going down. Now, another one to show you how important these levels are, if you go right here, you can see this was the sign that I entered the altcoin market, okay? I'm not joking with you. I entered the altcoin market very aggressively right around here. Why? Because this trend line was established, right? We broke the downside of it. This was when I entered the altcoin market aggressively, okay? And as you can see, we did have a massive drop once we did go ahead and enter it, right? So this right here was very aggressive. Now, and if this is just a bear flag, right? Let's say there's a bear flag from here to here. Okay, let's say there's a bear flag from here. This is the flag. You generally want to take the level of the bear flag and use it over here. And you can see if we do actually drop anywhere near the aggressiveness we had over here, then we're targeting very low, right? So yes, the altcoin season absolutely could happen, okay? This absolutely could happen. Would it drop this low? I don't think it would. But this absolutely has the power to have massive dips, just like we saw back here, right? Dip, bear flag, dip, bear flag, dip, right? This is what happens, guys. So we've only had one dip so far and a bear flag. We have not had any other dips like what we had back here. Dip, bear flag, dip, bear flag, dip, okay? So these are things that can happen, guys. So I know it may be a little bit confusing to look at, but ultimately we want this to drop. And if we do bust below this rising trend line, this could be the start of our next aggressive movement to the downside, okay? Now, there are a lot of altcoins that look prime for this, okay? They do. There are a lot of altcoins right now that look absolutely primed for a massive explosive movement, okay? I was talking about this today on stream, or not stream, on Discord. Okay, look, falling wedge on the Bitcoin pairing. Do you think that's bullish? Absolutely, it's bullish, right? That's incredibly bullish. Okay, AXS, I believe, also looks really good. This trend line is being tested right now. See that? Breaking above these trend lines is what we're looking for. This is exactly the sort of setups that I was looking at way back in 2020. Okay, I'm getting absolutely bullish again. Let me find some other good ones. I know I've been looking at a few. Oh, of course. It doesn't get much more bullish than this, guys. Look at this. It's falling trend line from way back here in 2018. See that? Falling trend line from 2018. We are just now breaking above and now consolidating back above it. See that? Like, this is huge. So yes, I have Litecoin. I have a lot of Litecoin, and I'm not selling it because it doesn't make sense to sell it right here. It just doesn't, guys. There are other ones as well that are like really, really bullish to me. Request. Okay, this massive falling wedge. We've now broken out, and now we're consolidating above that breakout, right? It's already broken out, so now we're consolidating. We have a nice volume spike. This is basically what we're looking for. Shiba, no, I'm not interested in Shiba. I'm not. I think it's already had its run. Not interested in Shiba whatsoever, guys. So for a few reasons. One, so the first one is I'm looking at the BTC pairing. Shiba already increased drastically, right? I'm not interested in coins that have already increased a lot, right? ZEC, great example. Okay, look at this right here. This weekly breaker right here. We were able to reclaim it, bust above, retest the weekly breaker. You guys see this? This is a retest of the daily break of the weekly, as well as a retest of the daily breaker. And what happened once we retested it? Came down here, tested it, and now we're starting to pop to the upside. Okay, this is really, really good interaction. Like, XRP is now in the golden pocket zone, right? We're bouncing from the golden pocket. This looks really, really healthy. I think VRA was what I was looking at this morning. Yeah, we're starting to look at this trend line. Trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line. See how close we are, guys? Like, I cannot stress you guys like how like close we are to doing something incredible. Okay, we're not there yet, but my gosh, we're getting close. Like Telcoin, look at this shit. This is amazing. See that weekly breaker? We're currently inside the weekly breaker right now. Massive falling wedge. Yes, we have broken the downside, but we are the weekly breaker, right? And not only that, if you take on the log chart. Wait, wasn't the log chart? No, that wasn't it. It wasn't the log chart. It was on the USD pairing. Yeah, look at this falling wedge. Really beautiful. On the USD pairing on Telcoin, we're now starting to break up, I believe. I think that's what was going on. Yeah. Test, right? Test, test, test. And now we're starting to round up. Oh my gosh, it's so ugly. There you go. And you guys see on the log chart, we're actually still inside this falling wedge, but it's holding really well. There's just a lot of coins that are really getting me pretty excited, guys. I really am liking a lot of this. And again, like whenever you're looking at the USD pairing, I would caution you guys, right? Because USD pairing is always going to look green as long as Bitcoin's green. But instead, I'd be really focused on the BTC pairing. That's where you're really going to find those coins that are ready to pop, right? All right, let's see. Terra Luna. Yeah, I'll look at Luna. I'll look at Luna first, and I got you, Ivan. I got you, buddy. Yeah, I'm going to dive into a couple of individual charts, and then we're going to go and start doing some more market updates, right? Okay, nope, I don't like this, right? Here's why. Look right here. This level was supposed to hold. It did not hold. Okay, it did not hold. So right now, this interaction is just not clean. Yeah, I don't like that interaction. Let's go to the BTC pairing. It's not clean. What was this level? It was like an 8 hour maybe? 6 hour? It was a level I was looking at. There it is, 6 hour. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is a absolutely perfect example of a bearish looking chart, right? I drew this here. See this? We lost the 6 hour breaker. We fell beneath it. And we rounded topped into it and a continuation down, right? This is the rounded top that I was looking for. So we dropped below it, rounded bearish retest for a continuation down. No, this does not look good. This does not look healthy at all, okay? So a good example of that is if you go back here to Solana. All right, where's it at? 4 hour. I think this is it right here. No. Daily, maybe? I think that was it. I'm not sure. Either way, there was a good example on Solana. I have it on the Discord server where I go back and I'm able to pinpoint essentially the top. Very, very similar structure. Yep. Okay, Ivan. Tara? I don't know anything about that one. KuCoin. Let's look at it real quick. Why? Why do you like this one? Oh, this is the Ethereum chart. There's no Bitcoin chart? Interesting. Not a fan. If there's not a Bitcoin traded chart, I'm not really interested in it. There's nothing here that really gets me excited about this, man. No, I'm out. There's nothing here really gets me excited about it, man. I need a Bitcoin pairing chart, if nothing else. All right, let's see. What do I want to go over? I'm trying to find some charts that make a lot of sense. And whenever I find charts, I'm going to explain to you guys why. All right, now I do like seeing a volume or a pump on render right now. That is pretty nice. But is it significant, right? Is this anything significant? Well, the first we're going to look at, what's the volume? The volume on this is actually pretty low for this most recent pump, right? So there was a lot of volume on this candle, but this continuation has not had a lot of volume yet. So it's sort of interesting, but not really. Let's keep looking at any other high time frame. Are there any other high time frame supports in here? Let's take off the log chart. First off, is this a golden pocket retracement, right? That's the first we're going to look at. Yes, yes, it is. All right, so am I interested in render right now? Yes, I am, right? Golden pocket retracement, very healthy. Let's go to a daily. This is the 200 moving average on the Bitcoin pairing, right? So we're currently bearishly testing it, but if we can actually get back above here, that looks really good. But until we actually get above here, we got to be a little cautious. Next thing, are there any patterns here that we can look at? Any trend lines? Not really. Nothing too significant here. No longer significant. There's too much price action between it. About on the backside. Weekly, nope. 3-day, nope. Daily. So the only thing that we have about render right now is that the only issue I have with this right now is we don't have the volume pop up, and also we're below the 200 moving average. But I think this is absolutely something I'm going to have on my watch list, because this is something that very easily can start to take off if given the right condition. RLC. I'm glad I ditched when I did. Holy shit, man. This is disgusting. No, not much here. As you guys can see, here's how I go through charts, right? I will go through charts really quickly. And the reason why is because if it does not scream at you that it's bullish, then you're probably digging too hard to try to find a bullish case to it, right? And if you have to dig too hard, you're probably trying to talk yourself into it instead of actually buying something that is bullish, right? Like Lena right now, this actually looks interesting to me. I like the structure, right? So it looks like we're making a series of lower highs and higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows, but they're consolidating into a single point. So it looks like there's some sort of an apex forming, right? Let's see if we can find that apex exactly. Maybe the log chart might be what we're looking for. Maybe like this. Nope. Okay, nope. I did like how we are bouncing at this level, but it's too large of a level to get me that interest. Let's see if we can find something cleaner. We really can't. Okay, so because we don't have an actual solid breaker level, and because we're definitely beneath the golden pocket area, I'm going to go ahead and pass on this coin. Now, however, we go to the low time frame, see if we have any volume. We have a little bit of volume right here, but not much. We are having some sort of a spike, but not too much. Now, if we were to do something like this, right, and this is a really ugly chart to look at, but let's say we have a clear breaker right here, right? Let's say it's a clear breaker. It's not, but let's say we did, right? What is going on? Oh, that's why. Oh, there you go. Okay, let's say that's a clear breaker. It's not, but let's say, right? If we do something like this and we get above it, we retest it, continuation up, that would be a buy signal, right? If we were to do that, that'd be a really clean buy signal. But since we haven't done that, I'm not interested. KNC was one that's had a lot of movement lately, so let's see if we can find anything on here. It's having a bit of a retracement. I love finding coins that have already popped off and people start losing interest and they start falling back into major support. So that's what I really, really like finding. Those are my favorite type of plays. Right? Because people always chase the hype of like a coin going up, but they get impatient when it starts retracing into a healthy bottoming structure. So that's what I like to find. So KNC did have a healthy increase. Is there anything really here that's giving me any confidence that the bottom is in? No. No, there's not. Not really. Nope, I'm out. Damn. I was really hoping on that one. Okay. I have this drawn at golden pocket. I'm going to assume it's probably still legit. Let's look at it. Yes. Yeah, it is. I think it still is legit. What about this one? This is the golden pocket. Not this one. I know why I did it, but I don't like this one. Let's look at the lower time frame. Do we have anything special here? We rejected off the 200 moving average. Not that surprising. Log chart. Looks like a channel. Not a channel, but definitely a trend line. There's a trend line of some sort here. I think it is pretty significant. On the log chart, though, so get above there, I'd be interested, but until then, it's nothing to me at this point. H-bar, we need to round upwards and take out this trend line. Very, very solid trend line. You guys see this, right? It was formed, test, 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 test. Now we're starting to round downwards, right? We don't want to see it round down. We want to see it reverse and go to the upside. But anything bullish down here? Honestly, there's really not. Not too interested in H-bar right now. Interesting. Weekly breaker. We're testing this trend line. We are testing this trend line on a weekly breaker. This looks clean. This looks really, 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 really clean, guys. I think I'm going to enter this one. You see this? Like, this is what I'm talking about. If you want a clean setup, this is about as good as you can ask for, right? This is the weekly setup, weekly breaker, okay? Clean setup. Go to low time frame. You can see how it's absolutely just sitting here, right? This is perfect. Really happy about this. I might do that. Let me see what my AXS holdings are. Or let me do this. I'm going to grab my other computer, and I'm going to probably do some live trading on here. I think I'm going to enter a position on AX on the USDT pairing. Does this also look good? The answer is, I bet that's a golden pocket, isn't it? Son of a bitch. A little bit low. A little bit low. Yeah, it's not a golden pocket retracement, unfortunately, a little bit lower than that. But I think I do like this play because look at this, guys. This is a pretty clean setup. Log chart. Oh, shit. Yes. Log chart's also showing a trend line break. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Let me see if I can make a trade on AXS Pro, Coinbase. What do I want to dump? How much do I have available? Let me look at this. How's Ethereum Classic doing? It's a nice bounce from our major support level. I don't really want to discount Ethereum Classic yet. So if you look at this, guys, Ethereum Classic's in this weekly breaker, very, very solid level. So until we actually lose that, it doesn't really make much sense to me to be selling. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. Don't really want to mess on this one. Litecoin, already know I'm bullish on it. Crow. Looks bullish. I don't want to mess on this either. You guys see this? Clean impulse, clean corrective structure. This is bullish. I like this a lot. Okay. What else do I got? Atom, already know it looks good. OMG. Now, that's a possibility because my reason for being in the OMG trade actually has been invalidated, hasn't it? I think it has been. Yes. My reasoning for being in the OMG trade has been invalidated. So OMG is actually one I should probably dump. Ah, that's so clean. I don't know. Is that really invalidated? Yeah, I think it has been. What? Read your shit. What? What? All right, all right, all right. I see where you're at. Let me see it. Let me see it. All right, I got you. Let's look at some Jasmine for my boy. I know it's on Coinbase, which is nice. All right, there's that. Holy shit. Okay. I like the volume. I like the volume. Oh, shit. This looks pretty clean. Damn, I think you might be right, man. This may be a good buy. You know what? I like it. I'm down, bro. We're doing this. We're doing this. I like some Jasmine and I like some AXS. I'm going to make some pretty major position adjustments. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. I'm going to sell some requests. Okay, I'm selling some requests. I'm selling some OMG. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy some Jasmine. Oh shit, there's not that much liquidity on here. Fuck. Um Two, three, four, five. Okay, there you go. I got some Jasmine. I'm also gonna get some AXS. There you go. I think AXS makes a lot of sense as well. Okay, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in on Jasmine. I'm in on AXS. There you go. I am pretty content with that. I think I'm also going to sell some Ethereum Classic. All right. What do I want to sell here? Okay. There you go. Okay, I'm in on Jasmine. I'm in on Jasmine. I'm in on AXS. So here's a reason why, guys. All right, and I just want to make it very clear as to why. All right. Okay. So how much do I have now? Cool. How much AXS? I think enough. I think I'm happy with that. Now, I'm not trying to get in a better position. I'm happy with the way the structure looks right now. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it buy just so I get into my positions. Make that very clear. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I want to make that very clear. All right. I want to show you guys what I'm doing as I'm doing it. This to me is a show of strength. Now, why? Because this is a very clear reclaim of the 4-hour 200 moving average. You guys can see that very, very clear. Now, furthermore, this is a shit ton of volume. This is a lot of volume. This is coming in. I'm very, very happy on this. So this looks really, really good. Okay. BTC is also reclaimed the 4-hour 200 moving average. And this thing has a long ways to go. I like this a lot. Okay. Damn, I should have listened to you earlier. I should have listened to you earlier, Brandon. You had a killer play, and I don't know. Damn. Killed it, bro. Okay, I need to update this. This OMG, was that one of my plays on the 4K challenge? Or the 5K challenge? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go ahead and sell that as well. All right, did that. Request. I hope I make some fatty gains too, bro. I'm right there with you, man. Yeah. Yeah, Jasmine looks clean. Looks very clean. I like this a lot. How about E and J? How's that looking? I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Honestly, this is not a bad level to add into. Eh, dropped too far. I'm out. I'm gonna dump the E and J. Quest. So on the 5K account, I'm selling around $400 worth. All right, there it is. I just sold $400 worth on it, and I'm going to go ahead and move some of those that into these other coins. So I have 2,000 to work with here. I already have AXS. Let's go ahead and add some Jasmine. Let's do 500. I'm adding 500 Jasmine. AXS. Oh my gosh, so many adjustments. 250 into AXS. Okay, cool. Man, that was a lot. Doing two different portfolios is a lot as well. Okay, so let's make sure you guys are on the same page. So I sold all of my OMG. The reason why is because OMG has now lost the reason as to why I was in the trade, right? So this right here was the reason why I was in this trade. This is a 4-hour breaker, I believe. 6-hour? Oh, no, this is a golden pocket. That's what it was. This golden pocket. Okay, that's why I was in the trade. Guess what? We lost it. We're bearishly retesting. I'm out. Okay, OMG has been sold entirely. Now, the next one, Ethereum Classic Request, I've also sold some. because I just am not interested in it, right? Like I have too much of it exposure relative to the rest of it. So I went ahead and dumped off some requests and I dumped off some Ethereum Classic. Now I've already sold off around 50, well, since I first bought it, I've sold off about 30% of my request, all of it in profit, but I still have quite a bit left. So I went ahead and sold some more. And then Ethereum Classic, I think I'm probably getting out of entry around there. Yeah, I think Jasmine looks really good right now. This volume exactly what you're looking for a confirmation reversal. Just looking for some targets. First target, probably right around here. I might even say my first target on this, maybe here. That's tough. Oh, man. It is tough. Dun, 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 dun. Vandelay. Appreciate it, buddy. You're always my big supporter, bro. I really appreciate it. Brandon used to retweet some of my stuff, but he's sort of just given up on me. He goes to other traders now. He likes them better. That's fine. I understand. I ain't mad about it. Yeah, request is still doing fine. It's just it's not doing what I really want it to do as aggressively. So it's still holding the key levels, but I really want it to start popping off, man. Litecoin. Oh, how's USD? How's Bitcoin doing? Fine. I don't have any issue with this at all. Guys, I do see what happened today as a show of strength, right? And so, ooh. This is what you were pointing out, weren't you? I think you were. What were you pointing out on there? Back test that trend line. I don't hate it. All right, so what he was looking at was back here. 1, 2. There to there. That's what you were looking at, right? Which I definitely see the interaction. Wait, what are you looking at? Oh, you're looking at the more recent one. You're looking at from here to here. These are interesting levels, I think. Wait, what are you looking at? Okay, there's that. So the issue you're gonna run into is because yeah, it doesn't really like different exchanges have different levels on there, and that's why like these liquidity wicks are really tough. I ain't charting right. What the fuck, man? Whatever. Well, I'm done with that one. Would I buy a back test of the 1 hour? 200 maybe. I no 1 hours. I don't mess around with those, man. It's not enough history for me. I only trade 4 hour 200 moving averages as the lowest I'll put any money into. Now also it also depends on the time frame as well, right? So like I think this is significant. This is from 69,000 down here to the top here. Yep. So we're currently back testing it currently. God, Nano having a hell of a day. What else is on here? Maker. Dot's doing some cool things today, huh? Dot was one of those major winners in the early part of the bull run. So I'm always interested. Whenever I see these coins like this that start taking off, I really start getting a little excited about it. Nothing too significant, though. Yeah, Shiba, like here you go. Someone was asking about Shiba, right? Like, there's nothing really bullish about this. We've now lost this entire cluster, right? So if we get back above this cluster, I'd be like somewhat interested. But until we get back above this cluster, I'm not messing around with it at all. Like, I'm not messing around with it at all. It doesn't make sense to me. Because, like, yeah. I was in a trade back here to see if we could keep going up, which obviously we lost, right? So because we lost it, I was not interested in getting back in this trade at all. How's request on the USD pairing looking? 4 hour 200, we're currently testing it for the second time. Now, getting above here would be a very bullish sign. I do want to see this happen. Let's see if these levels are still significant. I'm going to go ahead and assume no. Yeah, this is no longer significant. No longer significant, right? The reason why it's no longer significant, there's too much price history in between here, right? So instead, I'm looking at this level right here, which we're currently rejecting off of. See that? So if we were to get above here, that'd obviously be a very bullish movement. Now, this is a monthly breaker that we're trading below bearish sign, right? So this is a bearish order block now. Also, this is bearish. This is bearish. There's a lot of pressure above us on Litecoin, right? So my entire bias on Litecoin right now is on the BTC pairing. That's like the entire thing. We have a lot of resistance above us on the USD pairings. EOS. Look at this right here. Get above this, I'm bullish. But we haven't yet, so I'm still very cautious on this right now. But EOS is one of those coins that could absolutely explode. If given the opportunity, this thing can just rocket like no one's business. How's Mana? Obviously, Mana had one hell of a run early in the year. Nothing of interest that I can immediately tell. I'd be interested down here, but right now, nah, not yet. Link. What am I got going on here? What is this line drawn for? I usually have a reasoning for it. I just don't know what. Clean level. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We busted above it, dropped below. So yeah, not the most healthy looking chart. Sounds good, Benjamin. Have a good one, brother. ORAI. Okay, OGN. Why am I checking these charts out, guys? Like, give me some information. Don't just spout out random charts. I want to know why I should be looking at it, right? What is your reasoning as to why I should look at them? Jazz me. don't like this bearish divergence we got forming here. That's the only issue I'm seeing here, but I still do think it's bullish. So I'm not really too concerned, but there definitely is sort of a bearish divergence forming. So if you guys look at this, and I don't even have to look at it like on the RSI, but on the volume, you can see how we have a lesser amount of volume on this pump relative to this one. So you'd want to see this one have additional volume. That being said, and then on the RSI, we can see how we had an increase in volume, or increase in RSI here. We have a decrease here. So we do have a decreased RSI. So there is a bearishness, or there is a bearish divergence that's forming here. I may have jumped the gun on this a little bit. I don't know how I'm feeling about this yet. However, this is a very clear bottoming structure. Very clear. Like you don't get much cleaner than this on a bottoming structure. So I think if I was to hold this one, I think it's going to work out in my favor, because look at this volume. This is significant. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What is Jasmine anyway? Coin market cap. What's like the overall market strength of it and all that? Jasmine coin. 354. Okay. Okay. All right. Currently has 104 million market cap. That's really low. That's good. There's a lot of potential here, guys. I don't know anything about this coin, but I do like it though. Jasmine. Let's go to a longer time frame. See what else I can find. Oh wow, it's a hell of a drop. So we were down 90% from the top. 95%, I think. Let's look at this from the top to the bottom. 96% drop. That's what we're looking at. I like it. So right now we're still down 93%. This is what you're looking for these massive crashes. If you want to take some, risk on it, these are the coins you're going to make some serious cash on if you win, right? You got to be careful though. But that's exactly how I was able to make a shit ton of money in this last bear market. Find those coins that are down like 99%, and then let them suckers run. Now make it very clear though, you don't just find coins that are down a lot, right? Because a lot of coins do die. But instead, you wait until a coin shows a lot of strength and then you buy into it, right? Let it drop, 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 have it show a strength, and then you buy into it. Yeah, and this is a show of strength. 4-hour 200 moving average, reclaim, that looks really good. Having the increase in volume every spike, that's really healthy. This looks really, really good. There's a lot of interest and demand on this coin. Multiple exchanges too. The BTC pairing actually has an increase in volume in this most recent pump as well. Yeah, 200 is way up here somewhere. A lot of strength. There's a lot of strength on here. What is this one anyway? So nothing really cool. Got it. All right. Okay. Well, cool guys. I think that's, yep. I need to update here. Let's go ahead and update on here as to why. So do I have a Jasmine section? JK. I do not. Let's go ahead and add it. JASMY. JKL. I'm not very good with all, alphabet. How much Jasmine do I have? Is it a substantial amount? I think so. I think I'm pretty content with that. Does Link... Okay, let's look at Link real quick. I'm really curious on this. Is Link anything that's worth a damn, or is it just dead? Because I do have quite a bit of Link. Okay, that's a sweep. We do have some bullishness on the low time frame. This is now retesting the underside of the 4-hour 200 moving average, which isn't great. Yeah, not thrilled with this chart. May cut some link as well. But I do like this though. Shit. Oh, my wife just got home. Okay. So I do like this though. You like this? This is a pretty clean trend line break. I do like this part. So like It's also above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. I'm going to go ahead and keep my link position. I think it still makes sense. It's not as strong as what it used to be, but I think it still looks okay. Yeah, I think this looks okay. Litecoin's testing the 4-hour 200 as well. How's Bitcoin doing? That's clean as well. Oh shit, this is clean. Test, reclaim. Very clean, guys. All right. Hey, my wife just got home, so I'm gonna let you guys go. A little bit off the wall, but we did enter 2 new positions with Jasmine and AXS. I sold some Omisi Go, I sold some Request, and I sold some Ethereum Classic. So all of my OMG, some of my Ethereum Classic, some of my Omisi, or some of my Request. All right. I owe an update in the Discord. So if you're not on the Discord, make sure you guys join that, and I will update exactly why I enter those positions. But like this looks clean, guys. I think this looks really clean. I like what everything looks like. I want to see this break the downside. This would be my primary bias, would just go extremely bullish if we break down from here. That'd be huge. And of course, holding this trend line is also really important. All right, but ultimately, I think we do look really, really good. So I'm going to spend some time with my wife, but have a good one, guys. I'm out. Deuces, boys. I'm out. Deuces. See ya.